Okay, so since we are done with the basic modeling in the first part, and if you haven't checked it yet, go head up to the very first link in the description. And in this video we're gonna head up to the basic small machineries, just like this keys and the wire and this tools and all, etc., including these designs and refining these lines and dots. So at first I'm gonna start with this keys. For that I'm gonna add in a cube this time in the object mode, and I'll scale it down, then GZ as usual. I'm gonna mirror it, scale this down. Yeah, make sure that you're in edit mode, then G, softly place it up here. Okay, then SZ to scale it. Okay, and I just want to give a loop cut up here, so Control R, vertical loop cut in the center. Okay, SZ, pretty awesome. Now I'm gonna squeeze this whole thing about the x-axis. For that I'm gonna press A, then S, then A, then S, then X. Yep, just like that. Add in subdivisional surface to get in to the desired shape I want. Control R, Control R. I guess there is a depression here in the middle of the key to help the user grab it while adjusting the wire. So for that I'm gonna add in another 2 loop cuts in the middle and leave it like this, and a loop cut up here. Basically I'm creating a cavity. Then I'll move into the fake select mode from the vertex select mode, and I'll select these 2 face and extrude them just like this. I'm really feeling that I should scale this. Hold shift and select all the vertices that are in the outer edge and scale them. I guess this looks fine, and I'll press A to select everything again, and press S and X to make it slimmer. Yeah, that's it. This is the rough estimation of what it's gonna look like. Cool. This is cute, little and handy. Okay, so I'm gonna duplicate this. I'm gonna go with Shift D, then Z, just like that. Okay, I'm gonna tab into edit mode, press A to make sure that I've selected everyone, and GY, bring it closer, trying to match my reference. Now the next thing that I'm gonna add in is the cylinder, which is gonna connect this head with this key. Now let's just join these 3 objects by holding shift and selecting each of them, and press Ctrl J to join. Now you'll observe that this is a single object. If I click on any one of them, they are gonna select all the 6 at the same time. Okay, so now I'm gonna switch back to the y-axis and rotate them to make it parallel to the head. Now I'm gonna press G and grab them up here. Okay, I think we should move this reference image a bit back to get a clear image of our object. G, X. Yeah, good. Turn on the X-ray mode and we're good to go. I'll add in a cylinder this time, mesh cylinder. I'll rotate it about 90 degrees, yeah, and scale it down. GZ up, scale it more, until I'm satisfied with the size, and again mirror modifier, tab into edit mode, select A and press G and take it here. I want to grab it and place it in the center of my key. Now I'm gonna scale it down a bit so that it is not coming outside. Then press Shift D to duplicate and place it somewhere here. Shift D to duplicate and place it here again. No, good. I'm gonna press A to select all and R to rotate. Yeah, and then G, grab them and place it in the center. Okay, I'm gonna push this back in as that of the reference. I'm gonna make this little keys, the machineries. For that I'm gonna add in circle again, rotate Y90, scale it down up here, and GZ. I'm gonna add in mirror, swipe it down, Y-axis, tab, A, then E to extrude, then S, E and S to extrude and scale, E and extrude to the X-axis, extrude, swipe again, extrude X, extrude, swipe, extrude X, extrude, swipe, extrude X, F to provide it with the face. That's it. So we are done. Congrats. I'll select all of them, G to grab it up here in the center roughly, and add in the mirror modifier again. I'm gonna tab in to object mode and reposition them. I'll hold G and grab them onto our object. I think I need to rotate them a bit more. G, yeah, just like that. I guess it's okay for now. I'll rotate this a bit more because I don't want to let it visible. Okay, I'll shade smooth this one and of course auto smooth. Cool, this looks awesome. Oops, by the way, I haven't covered this one, so I'll press Alt, holding Shift. I'll press Alt again and click on a vertex. Holding Shift, I'm gonna press Alt again and click on the vertex and press E to extrude, Z twice. Good. I'm gonna tab into edit mode and yeah, cherish my artwork. Now I think I'm gonna add some lines that were given in these lines, so this is gonna be very easy. So I'll select this one, tab into edit mode and enable the X-ray one, or let's just say I'm gonna switch to wireframe because that's way easier. Okay, so all we need is to simply put some parallel loop cuts and extrude them a bit so that they will give a bumpy bridge like figure which we are in need here. So Ctrl R and bring it up in this position where the bridge is going to be. So Ctrl B to bevel this, or let's just say in easy words, split this. Then I want to give Ctrl R again. So I'm done with this part. All I'm gonna do is select all of them individually by holding shift in my keyboard, shift. Then I'll press E to extrude them. Then I'll press I to inset them. Okay. Now since I'm in a subdivisional mode, it is carving out the least possible distance. So we can fix that by giving loop cuts for sure. Yeah. Vertical loop cuts. Nice. And to this side as well. Control R. Okay. I think I'm gonna add Control R here also. I mean loop cuts here also, to make this breeze a very well defined structure. Okay, so here is the final product. I have refined them all. Let me show you. I have added edge loops parallel to the one which were existing. Now I'm gonna head up to this circular hole. I'm gonna refine it and add in some objects, some decorations and sort of things. Then I'm gonna move into the saddle and bridge, which are used to hold the wires that will be coming up. Then I'll do the wiring of this and show you how to wrap things around it, and I think we'll be able to finish it very soon. Cool. Now first of all, I want to add some thickness to this, as it is being very leafy like thing. It seems that it's made of paper. So for that I'm gonna add a solidify modifier to this one, which will help you to give a thickness to that object without any extrusion. Okay, so I can also change the thickness of this, increase and decrease this according to my wish. I'm gonna put this 0.01 meter, and yeah, this is good to go for now. Now I'll check in the references, add enable X-ray mode, and go with the saddle part. Okay, for that I'm gonna add in a new cube. Yeah, then scale it down, bring it down, GZ. Yep, just like that. And I'm gonna scale it a bit around the Z-axis. I'm gonna switch to wireframe mode because it's very easy for you to see when you'll be there. Okay, this green selection is your saddle on which we are gonna work. So I'm gonna press tab, a loop cut in the center, then I'll select this entire thing and press X and vertices to dissolve them, delete them basically, and add in mirror modifier and switch Y. Then I'm gonna use the vertex selection mode, GY. Yes, I'm gonna select this and move it a bit up, GZ. Yep, just like that. And then I'm gonna add in some loop cuts over here. 4 will do. I'll give it a click and bring them closer to each other. I'll select this part. I'll enable proportional editing and GZ. Okay, now I'm gonna select these parts, the upper one. I'll switch this off and I'll press S, Z, 0, G, Z. Yep, I guess I'm done. Cool, this looks awesome. I'm gonna shrink this by height a bit now. So for that, scale X, I'll place it here. Now I want to add in some loop cuts, horizontal ones, up here, and okay. I'm gonna select this entire edge loop by clicking Alt. Then I'll bring them, enabling the proportional editing, G, X. I'll scroll this down. Yeah, just like that. Okay. Seems pretty awesome. Now to this entire selection, I'm gonna press Ctrl B to add in a bevel, and I'll scroll my wheel to give 3 subfaces and click. It will smoothen the edge without any need of the subdivisional surface modifier. Now I'm gonna narrow this edge of it, so I'm gonna narrow this edge. For that, I'm gonna push this inside until I'm satisfied. Now for the bridge, I'll be adding in a cube once again. Scale it down, GZ. Scale about Z axis. GZ. Control R. A loop cut in the middle and delete them. Since I'm in the edit mode, I'll not be needing them. Now I have to squeeze them because it's looking like a plate. S, X. I'll switch the proportional editing off and press G to move it somewhere here. Okay, I'm done. Then I'll add in some crease to these outer boundaries. Control B. Yeah, that's okay. Simply give it a shade smooth. And check in auto smooth. Okay, now this is way softer than it was before. Cool, very good. Now I guess I have to decorate this part. It's looking very empty, so for that I'm gonna add in a different object. Add circle, rotate Y 90, scale it down, enable the extreme mode so that it's better visible for me. GZ, not extreme mode actually, I confuse between X-ray and wireframe. Actually this is the X-ray mode and this is the wireframe mode. This will help you see through the object, basically the vertex and the edges. Okay, so after I've completely aligned, I'm gonna hit tab to move into the edit mode of this circle only. Okay, so I'll press E to extrude and S to scale, and yeah, like that. And I'm gonna press G to the inner circle and press X to shift it inside. Yeah, this looks okay, I guess. Make sure that it's not overlapping. I'll press A and press G, X, and bring it up here. Yeah, good. Then I'll extrude the entire thing, EX. Okay, so now I'll press Alt and click on the outer circle to select the entire ring and press Ctrl B. You know what I mean. Ctrl B means bevel or splitting the edge. I'll do the same with this one also. Ctrl B, splitting it. Now I'm gonna add in a loop cut here. Yep, like this. Another one. Yeah, good. Now I'm gonna select the face. I'll press Ctrl directly and click on the middle edges to select the entire ring, because Alt is very boring and time consuming. And press E to extrude, and yeah, just like that. Giving it a minimalistic look, I guess it's very good rather than exaggerating the things. Okay, so I'm gonna add a bridge up here which actually holds the wire, separates them from each other. For that I'm gonna add in a mesh and a cube. Scale it down, GZ, pull this up, yep, somewhere here, and I'll try to toggle the size. Okay, powery. Then I'm gonna add in Swipe them about the y-axis to narrow the gap between the two. Good. Again another loop cut. I'm gonna select this face as holding the shift key. I'm gonna extrude this inside now. E. Fine. Then what I'm gonna do is delete them, these faces. Press X and faces. Okay, so here is a cute cavity being created. Nothing to worry about. I'll fill them up by selecting the edge and selecting these two edges and pressing F at the same time. Pressing one of these triangles and pressing F at the same time again. Doing this F. I'm gonna switch to X-ray mode and make sure that they are straight. So for that I'm gonna press scale about y-axis and press 0. Tab and I'll place this head up here. Not the head but the entire thing by G, X, G, Z, now I'm gonna introduce to you a very new operator, which is array modifier, where we can duplicate an object the numerous number of times we want. By this count, increase the gap between the two. Okay guys, so we're in the last phase of our modeling session. All we are left with is the wires. Now before that I want to drag your attention up here in the outliner section. I have named this specific objects like circle, cylinder and cube, plane by some specific names that were suitable to me, because I'm unfamiliar with the organic names of them, so I just did what I was supposed to do. So it's really very easy. All you gotta do is double click on this name and press anything you want and press enter and it will be modified. It's very easy. Okay, so I'm gonna add in the wires now. For that I have a planning where I'll be wrapping some starting portion of the wires up here and bring it out from this cavity and drag it up here and pin it in this bridge, the keys of this bridge. Now I'm gonna shift my 3D cursor up here in one of the screws. Now the purpose of this 3D cursor is it is the gateway of the objects, the things not only objects, anything we add in, it's the gateway in our world origin. You'll get to see with just a simple example. Wait, so all I'm gonna do is select this screw set, then tab into edit mode and I'll zoom in. I'll enable X-ray and select a complete ring, any one of them. So then I'll press Shift S and cursor to selected. You'll observe that the cursor will be placed in the center of the screw. So this is gonna help me to add in the parts of the wire that I'll be needing. So I'll switch back to the object view again so that I can add a different object now. I'll add in a mesh circle. So all you can see is previously the objects appeared up here in the center, but it's now appearing up here, maintaining the center origin point in the 3D cursor. So the basic plan is this is gonna be the cross-sectional area of the wire that I'm gonna make. Okay, so I'll press tab to go to the edit mode, select entire circle and press GY and move it in the diametric end of the screw. Now all I'm gonna do is add in a modifier which will wrap this around this ring. Okay, So for that I'm gonna add in screw modifier. This will screw our object, okay, whatever. So I'm gonna add in 1.8, yeah, 8 value. Before that I'm gonna change it to X. Yeah, this looks fine, like wrapping spring. And I'm gonna increase the iterations, or to be honest, the count value. I'll give it a count of 3 because the thickness is okay for now. Okay, I'm gonna rotate this about the y-axis by 90, yeah, and I'll make sure that the ending face will be pointing down. So I'm gonna turn this face up, ending up here. For that I'll need to rotate this about 180 degree, R180. okay, done. Now you'll observe that the ending position is coming up from inside. I'll apply this modifier, press tab to go back to the edit mode, and select this face by pressing Alt and press F to cover up this side. Now I'm gonna select this one, I'm gonna press tab again, align them, align this entire spring, shape its wire, press G, yep, just like this. It's pretty awesome, right? Okay, so I'm gonna tap into edit mode again and hold this by pressing Alt, this entire edge set, and I'll press E to extrude this, E, and I'll bring it up here. Yep. Then I'll again press E to bring it straight up here. So it's gonna stretch up long. So yeah, I'll shift this part a bit inside. G. Yep, just like this. Now for the other ones, I'm gonna simply copy this one by enabling the X-ray mode, this entire ring, and I'll go back to this Y orthographic view. I'll press Shift D to duplicate this and place it up here. So all I'm gonna do is extrude this, E to extrude, just the same way. I'm gonna place another loop cut up here, switch back to this view, press G, yep. Okay guys, so I'm done with the 3 wires of this side. Now I guess it will be easier for me to just mirror it than to replicate the whole thing. So I'll hit tab to go to the object mode, and I'll reposition this 3D cursor up in the center of the world origin. For that I'm gonna press Shift S again and cursor to world origin be shifted up here. Right click on it, set origin to 3D cursor. It will set its entire origin to the 3D cursor, this green dot up here. Okay, so we can now apply the mirror modifier. Set the value to Y and cancel X. Okay, so I'm gonna hit tab, go back to edit mode, drag it up here, and I should align them right now. Okay, so this marks the end of the second episode of my series of modeling a guitar. We are completely done with the modeling part. In the next part, we will see how to texture and color it and render our final 3D asset. I'm really very excited to share the third part with you now. So see you all there. Till then, tata, take care.